It started no week, man. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's true. I'm glad you didn't like fly off the handle, fucking put my computer through a window.
No, man. This thing is heavy. It must be expensive. Jurassic Park rules.
It is, but it is quickly losing value.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Because it's a computer. Well, because specifically because it's a laptop, and
yeah,
you know, there's a good graphics card in there, but not a great one now. It was great when I bought it.
Yeah.
Well, that's
But
4 years ago.
What is the
3?
best graphics card you can buy right now?
all right. So people will say it's the RTX 3090,
Okay.
but that it has applications that are really good for like people who are animating the next Transformers movie.
Or mining raviolis.
Yeah. But the
Mining ravioli.
Ravioli is our word for it's our standard word for crypto now.
Yeah.
So we don't get flagged by the algorithm as being
yeah,
one of
that's
those
true.
channels.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the actual next like best graphics card is the 3080. I have one of those over there.
I think that was what my brother's getting in his new machine. He just ordered one.
How much did they go up in price?
It was expensive when I bought it. I don't know how much it's going for now. I've got my eyes on a 3090 just for ravioli purposes.
Okay.
I was definitely disappointed by the performance of the AMD 6900 XT, which is a monster of a graphics card.
Right.
But it doesn't perform well with algorithms. It's not really designed for it.
It's designed for like
Actually playing games.
right, yeah.
Like,
Ray tracing, yeah.
actually, it's not the best ray tracer. That's 3080 is actually better for ray tracing.
Oh, okay.
But I don't
that's
take
the
that
right guy.
offline. Yeah, I don't take that offline because it's printing money.
Ravioli.
I got choices to make, man. And so the
Ray tracing or money, huh?
it's just like games are money. That's William caught me playing Sonic the Hedgehog, and the part of that too is like, well, I don't want to turn off the presses, so
Right,
I'm gonna
yeah.
play that on my Xbox.
Yeah, fire up my old Genesis here. Yeah. Surprised you don't have that making Cardano or something somewhere.
Well, the problem is, it's a CPU heavy machine and fucking made in 1989, so it's not really
Right.
Up to par.
it's not. Oh, should we?
Yeah, we're 2.5 minutes into this thing. That's like a record before we introduced ourselves.
That means you assume people just know you now.
I according to the YouTube analytics, everybody who listens to this is a returning viewer now.
Oh, really?
Yes. So
we got no new blood.
no,
Huh?
no new blood. I think the algorithm has murdered us. But anyway, I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey.
This is Coffee Before Bed.
That it is.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, it's quite all right. Then people know what to expect.
They definitely do now.
Yeah.
So I did look at that the other day.
Yeah.
So yeah. New viewers has dropped to 0.
Well, so what do we do? Do we?
Tell a friend. That's it. That's all you can do.
I mean,
Pass out flyers.
Yeah. You could share it on Twitter if your account wasn't banned.
yeah, that's true.
I am going to have to get a Facebook account.
They're making you get a Facebook?
So my daughter is getting the VR headset, Oculus.
Oh.
And to make it work, you have to have a Facebook.
You have to have a Meta account.
Or you can pay $500 more to get one that does not require Facebook.
It takes $500 extra dollars to
called
get a clean one.
It's called a business version.
A business version.
Yeah. So I guess it's one for the office.
God damn, fucking Mark Zuckerberg, man.
$500.
What's up with that guy?
He's not, because I guess most of the regular VR headsets are all around like 700, 800 kind of thing.
Okay,
Depends
so
on what
what's
they
his
get.
for?
Oculus is 300.
Okay.
So he's saying, you get this. It's really good.
Yeah, but you got to plug into the board.
You got to
Yeah.
be plugged in. So, I don't know. I guess I can try and make a fake account.
No.
Of course you can.
Oh, with
Yeah.
Facebook? I thought
Yeah.
it was actually tied to like phone verification.
It's
Well, I
gonna
guess you
require-
can still get around that.
You can
Yeah.
put your phone, but yeah, you can still be Marco Smith.
That's some name I've always wanted.
I don't know.
I thought they have some kind of verification
They
process.
might. That's why I don't know how this
Yeah.
is going to work.
Because I remember a long time ago, I tried making a fake Facebook account for a class project that I was doing. Actually, it was a thing that I was going to actually like teach at the time, and we were going to like it was a marketing
Do it at
class.
this. Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
and so we were going to try and make a fake guy on Facebook, and we couldn't do it.
Huh.
You absolutely can because
Hope she didn't hear me.
Yay! Thanks. Oh, what?
She wasn't just listening.
No, nobody's on the podcast.
Oh,
So,
No, you
pardon
ha-
the technical difficulty.
no, you absolutely can because that's how like businesses set them up.
Right, but you have a business account, and that business account is still tied to an owner.
Well, no, where it's just like somebody's like Jen's cupcakes.
No, I know that, but you have to have some kind of verification that you're a real person.
You just use your number though.
Yeah, I know, but, well, I don't know about that. So you can just make any fake base Facebook account you want as long as you have a cell phone. What if you just have a Google Voice number?
Still a number.
Will it work?
You know,
I don't know. man.
here's the question: is I know back in the day it was no problem.
Okay.
This could be something that has changed.
Yeah.
But I know back in the day it was not a problem because people used to do that all the time. They'd set up their just that guy down there, 2 streets that way, that has the sign up in front of his house that says "Honey for sale."
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can set up a business one, but I still thought it had to be tied to a person. I don't remember the exact trouble that we had because this was like 2012 when I did this.
yeah.
All right, but it was like, well, I think maybe I tried to set it up with an account that was, so I tried using my office phone. Okay, and for some reason it flagged me, and you couldn't post anything, you couldn't friend anybody, you couldn't do anything until you actually had other people verify you. Or some way. It was weird, man. Like, I do have a Facebook account, but I can't fucking delete it.
Right.
The reason why I
Right.
can't delete it is because I can't get into it anymore. The reason why I can't get into it anymore, even though it's tied to my current cell phone number,
Yeah.
which I've had for now like 15 years, not as long as you've had yours. Yours goes back to the 90s, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the reason why I can't get back into it is because, like, I go through the verification process and it says, well, we need these 2 people who are in your friends list to verify that you're actually asking. One of them is a former landlord of mine, and I don't want to talk to him. Okay, and the other one's a friend who's probably been packed away by the Chinese at this point in time because he was in my graduate program, and he was a mainlander, and we used to speak fairly, critically of his government at the time.
Oh.
But this was 2002, so this was a long time ago, man. So,
Copy that. I just
oh no, it was like 2005.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something
sorry.
like
Yeah, this was graduate school, not undergrad. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. Are you in trouble? Will's back.
I'm back. Can't find her bag of earrings.
Your daughter?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you need to go home?
Yes, I do. It's an emergency.
did you call the police?
Right.
No, I called Amazon. It says ship over another batch of them.
Right, yeah. Throw out whatever one you got. We'll send you more. So you have to make a Facebook account just to get the Oculus.
Yep.
Have you ever tried on the Oculus? Used it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've tried it on a couple times.
Yeah.
Livy's done it more, but
Oh, you already have it?
no.
Oh.
But the neighbors down the street do.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So
I got to try it on like 5 years ago, something.
Mm-hmm.
One of the guys who's a developer, he was actually at the bar. So he used to be.
he just had it in his car.
Well, yeah. So, but he was he used to be a cook there or something. But yeah, doing that stuff was on his, like, that was his main gig. So
Wow.
cook was to pay him so he could go to school, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I mean, it was like kind of primitive, but it was also kind of cool. So I don't know what you tried, but I tried this dinosaur thing. So where you kind of like stand and you get to see this T-Rex come, and it was
We had those ones where it's not really that interactive. Where like 'cause we had a couple of those older ones that you can like hook up to your phone and you put your phone into like the glasses and stuff.
Oh,
and,
nice.
Like you go to the zoo and
Yeah.
you do things like
Really?
that.
Yeah.
These are the ones that you lightsaber and do all the things with. So it's a whole new world.
Have you tried it?
Mm-hmm.
What did you get to try?
So the first thing that I was introduced to, what is it called? It was called like Office Simulator.
Sounds horrible.
Your paper.
Well, no. Okay, now keep in mind this is of course, I don't want to say satirizing the office work, but basically this is just a physics engine where it's like get the stapler, and so you get to take out the trespasser hand, and you grab the stapler and you try to give it to somebody,
arm, yeah.
or you basically throw it over the room, you know. So it's so try that. I watched somebody play the Surgeon one, which is basically the same game, but there was
The surgeon one? You get to operate on people?
not.
You punch holes in people.
Yeah, it's like get the liver, and again you're doing surgery with the trespasser hand.
The noodle arm?
So yeah, when it's time to get the liver, you just in there, you pull it out, and then you go ahead and
unplug the clips and take it out.
it's just open. It's just like when you open them up, the guts are all in there. So the mission is get the liver out. So you just sort of do this, and then you put the liver in the toilet or whatever. Just you throw it on the ground, and then then you.
It's just a little dirty. It's okay. It's okay.
You put the clean one in.
Yeah,
It's like changing the filter.
Exactly. Yeah, liver goes out, coffee mug goes in. So it's that kind of thing. I don't remember what it was called, but I tried for about 25 seconds one of the horror ones.
Ooh,
Forget it.
I would
Forget it.
like
Nope.
to do that.
The horror ones?
Yeah,
Where you're
forget
going through like a haunted house or something. Ooh,
I've seen like a Ghost Hunters one that people do
huh? That sounds
on
cool.
the YouTube.
it. I jumped out. I'm like, nope. This is way too.
Things can come at you from.
I would not do that.
It's that and the sound, and I also don't love it. I also don't love the sensation of having it on. I don't like the.
I did one in Vegas that was an Avengers one where you wear a backpack and you got the full helmet kind of thing, and you go around you're Iron Man. You're basically like you point your hand and it fires repulsor blasters, and they actually it's in a building kind of thing, so you have to actually walk around, and there's the planes that go up and down, so you feel like you're walking up stuff and looking for
What are you on, like a treadmill?
well, the floors move and the walls move, so that it moves, so you can feel stuff as you're going and all this kind of thing, and you're walking up and
That's super
through
cool.
planks and all this stuff. You're fighting the Avengers come up by your side and you're fighting with them, and it's pretty cool. It was $30, but I was like, dude, that was one of the coolest things
in there. Or,
It's like 15.
Oh, that's pretty good.
You're in there for
That's
a while.
got like laser tag.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's a little bit steeper than QSR prices,
It's a
but
little
it's
steeper than laser tag.
My partner in crime was my mom.
Oh,
right.
She was my teammate, and I was having she would get to the part where you're supposed to walk, and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Wow!" And so I'd have to grab her and pull her. No, you have to just keep walking. She's like, "Well, where are we? What's going on?" She's trying to show. I'm like, "Wow, just point. You just go and it shoots." And, all this kind of stuff. It was pretty cool. It was fun.
Yeah, there's about 9 generations of video games and stuff in between where she was and where I was at.
Right.
So that is kind of a rough jumping in point. You're in the middle of the alphabet, and she's at A or B.
She did good. I was impressed though.
Yeah,
For trekking through it. It was good.
she's a weird little woman. So
But if it gets to that point, yeah, I'm cool to have one.
you're gonna get one of those, even if you have to sign into Facebook. So, or I'm sorry, Meta. No, So,
That's right. Yeah.
I think, well, the app is still called Facebook, right? It's just the company is Meta.
I don't know exactly how they're breaking it down yet, or if it's implementing or.
I don't know either. I read a couple things on Mark Zuckerberg about that over the course of last week, and I came up on CNBC a couple times where, he's like, oh no, we got to transform so that we're like a giant platform kind of thing where we have our own like web and operating system and everything.
Oh my god!
I know,
Web
man.
2.0 all over
It
again.
is, yeah. And I mean, that was the whole thing with Libra. He wanted to have his own fucking currency. I mean, today he could whip one up in 5 minutes, but he just tried to do it like 5 years too early. So
Yeah,
you remember that?
vaguely.
Yeah, no,
It
he
didn't
was one of
work.
the. It didn't work. It didn't work because the government slapped him down. So yeah, so I mean, he could have made it work, but they were like, no, you're not going to use like Facebook bucks, and swap them for real bucks.
Yeah, but how is that any different than at that same time you would go to the Xbox Live store and buy points?
I think it was just because it was Zuck. So
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
I think it was just because of that.
Well, fuck him.
Yeah, kind of.
It's all right.
Yeah. So
Well, I know in his case, it's very simply, all right, so if we say yes to this, what exactly is this the back door into for you to actually do?
right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because he has possibly the most untrustworthy robot face on the planet. So there's
Yeah. Magic powers.
yeah. The problem here is eventually whatever he does, just keep in mind that somewhere in the programming, once he actually meets his parameters, yes, it does go to 10, and that's kill all humans.
Right. Yeah.
You know. I don't know which dominoes have to fall in place. So this is fifth dimensional chess.
Yeah.
But once
That
it
might
gets
be
there-
one of them, though, man. So I don't
It
know.
could be. I don't know. I feel like this is more for tax reasons, but
It's possible. Yeah, it's probably for tax reasons, And I mean, I don't know, man. The only people that I know that like use Facebook regularly are older. We
Your
talked
mother?
about that. Well, no, see, like my mom's too old to use it.
Right.
So yeah,
okay.
she tried a little bit, and she'll get on there every now and then, but she's like, "Oh, I don't need to talk to these people. Why are they spying on me?" kind of thing. And it's like one of these very like, okay,
And your dad would be like, "They're trying to sell me something."
they're trying to, yeah,
They're
my
trying-
dad absolutely would do like that. So
You just
yeah, just throw it in the trash.
How does this thing know I need a hammer?
Yeah, right. Yeah, what's wrong with mine?
Are they breaking it right now?
Yeah. No, I mean, but then like all of her family is kind of into it, or like I guess the ones who are a little bit more my age, So, but then like the kids, they don't use
No.
Facebook.
No.
So none of my students do. They're all on Instagram or
TikTok or
even
that's not
TikTok,
even-
but that's not really quite
Yeah.
the same,
Yeah, TikTok is just like a
post your video.
Oh, but Instagram is owned by Facebook, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of plugging into the board. Yeah.
It's all. There's only a few choices, so
Right. Yeah. So see, I think the only one that I'm really on is LinkedIn. I think that's owned by Microsoft. If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. Is it?
I think you're right. Yeah.
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 So yeah, Microsoft. Who'd have thought that they would be the trustworthy tech company?
They're going to do one thing, which is, well, one of two things. They're either going to run it into the ground. So, when's the last time you Skyped somebody?
I don't think you can run that. It's kind of like the moon. It's going to take a lot to actually get it to crash into something.
What, Skype?
No,
No, that's what I'm
Microsoft.
saying. No, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying. They're
yeah.
either going to run it into the ground, like Skype, when they bought
Oh,
that.
I see what you're saying. Got it.
Or, they're going to have like a really conservative approach to it where they're like, well, we bought LinkedIn not to mess with it.
Right.
Which is something that more companies should do. Or the other thing is they snapped up like 12 developers for video games and stuff, but that's different.
Right.
That's different. That's just
Yeah, that's
games.
just that's side business, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Their bread is pretty buttered, so
I think Well, so let me just put it this way. They make the most competent Office products. They support the most competent Office products. And as much as it's cute to use Google Docs and stuff like that, it's still not the same.
No, it's not. So, I don't know. I mean, there's like so little. I mean, you really have to be like committed to Microsoft to actually notice a lot of the differences between those two things anymore, or having grown up with it like you and I did. You know, like I remember using like Office 2000, so or maybe it might have been 98.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I think it was like
I remember
Office.
Word 95. Come to think of it.
Yeah, I remember like for a while it was Office 97, and then
That's right.
03 was the next big one that I remember.
Okay.
But there probably was a 2000 version.
Yeah,
It wouldn't surprise me what with the.
it wasn't when
The
NT
2000
was
freak
around,
out.
right?
No, well, first it was Millennium Edition,
Millennium,
then Millennium Edition, and then a lot of people went to NT, and then
Yeah.
XP
XP.
was.
I remember using XP for like over a decade.
Millennium Edition was trash.
I know. I actually bought an HP that had ME on it because it was a new sexy thing. So, and then it turned out to be shit for playing games. So,
Oh, and for security, it was. You would have had a field day with this fucking nightmare.
Oh,
this is before we even like considered security was just turn your shit off. You know?
yeah.
Yeah, close the windows. Yeah,
Close the windows.
close the windows.
Yeah. You clear out your cookies. You know?
Well, that's because like the viruses they would send you would like wave at you, be like, "Hey, I got you.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
have a good day."
Yeah.
Or they would be sort of like benign selling products in terms of like there was this like purple monkey that was supposed to be like your desktop helper.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you're shaking your head. You
Yeah.
kind of remember this, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Clippy.
not as much as the paper.
Well, it wasn't
Yeah.
Clippy,
No,
but
I
it
remember
was.
Clippy.
But Clippy was, at least that was an official Microsoft product.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but there was
Annoying.
a couple other things there that they threw in there, and yeah, I mean, most of the damage, of course, everybody was doing to themselves was via LimeWire, Kazaa, or Napster.
Oh my god, I forgot about Kazaa.
This was all self-inflicted.
Right. It's like, well, I thought I was downloading that song.
Nope.
Nope. So,
Those were bad times for computers.
oh,
though.
they weren't that bad, man. I mean,
I never, but yeah.
Oh,
I didn't get a bunch of stuff from Napster or any of those things, so I
Oh.
never wove through those
No,
minefields.
flush it a couple of times.
oh yeah. No, I had to reformat a couple times. So
I've never had to reformat,
really,
other than like my computer not working at all because their hard drive was garbage. But
That's
oh,
different.
that's different. Yeah,
That's
if you
way
break your hard
different.
drive, that's different. So, I don't know, man. I mean, like now, like internet security is so far over my head that basically I just trust the Windows settings as much as I can.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what my
It's-
brother
it's
told
pretty
me.
solid.
Yeah, he was like, just make sure you got Defender always up to speed. And I
Just
was
patch
okay.
it and
Yeah.
accept whatever updates come,
Yeah.
and you're good.
So, were you here the last? Were you here when I was talking about that cybersecurity class that I had to take?
Huh?
Oh, okay. So,
Where it was so mind-numbingly like
Oh,
common
yeah.
sense
Yeah.
that you're just like,
Right.
"Ooh,
Right. Okay.
which one of you people in here is not understanding these questions?"
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you were here. So, but that's just like one of those things. Like even the other day, my school was blasting out an email. So like, well, this email is not actually from the dean. So all of those of you opened it. It's kind of this backhanded, reminder to go do your fucking training.
Attention, assholes.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, speaking of weird shit I got from my school, I got my student equity report the other day.
What does that mean?
I don't know. So, but it's got this list of like student outcomes like that are broken down by like race and gender.
Oh,
And it's just sent to, this is the first time I'd never even heard of this thing. And so he kicked it out to me, and apparently I'm not a racist. Okay, so
Hey.
according to this,
right on.
all right. So I'm not a misogynist either, and if anything, I actually like discriminate against guys.
Guys sort of discriminate themselves.
Well, that's my point. Yeah.
Really,
So
yeah.
because I'm sitting here looking, I was like, well, I get the baseball team every year in my management
Yeah.
class. So yeah, they the grades are going down. So, I love our baseball team, man, but they are not academic superstars. But it was just kind of like this thing that popped in my email the other day. I was like, whatever. Okay.
It's about like the students you've had and like how
Yeah.
they're doing and stuff, or
It's
like,
over the last like couple of years.
Huh.
And so it actually broke down like the most granular like student outcomes based upon like gender and race on it. And so, well, I thought it was kind of interesting too, but I didn't know anything about this coming around. And the guy who sent it just sent this email that was basically like, oh, here's your report. And it was like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. The school went fucking nuts over the last couple of days. So, like, the faculty's like, what the fuck is this? Blah, 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 blah. And, so, like, I don't pay attention to a lot of the faculty email wars. And at my school, they're not near as bad as they are at the previous school that I worked at, which I still drop in on my old email every now and then and check out the fist fights that are going on there. So, but it was just one of these things where, like, people were up in arms about it. They're like, we don't know anything about this. Are you tracking this shit now? So,
I would have taught differently.
yeah.
Well, that was the point.
A lot of people digging through the actual school manual to see if this is something they have to disclose.
Right, yeah.
Or just show me where the fuck I signed.
Oh, yeah. No,
Right.
well, and it's absolutely one of
Yeah.
those things that's going to be, like, the faculty senate meets, they're going to fist fight over it and blah, blah, blah. And
Well,
they're
I
going
got
to
those
have
one of-
meetings
yeah.
around and all kinds of stuff. But, I mean, you taught in the public education system. This shit's common. So,
Yeah, I had those back then.
Yeah. No, it was a decade ago, man.
You got reports like that when you taught high school and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep, because the active language was quote unquote closing the achievement gap.
Right.
And you can't close the achievement gap unless you
Have
track this
baseline and all
data.
that stuff,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
But then again, there were also parts of it where, so I'd love to close this gap. That kid doesn't speak English.
Right, yeah. And this kid doesn't show up to class half the week. Yeah.
Right.
So, and I guarantee you, I look at mine, and I can look at some of the things in there, and like it's not down to the student level data, but I mean some of the categories are pretty esoteric. So it's like, oh yeah, I know those guys, and of course they didn't show up to class.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, what am I supposed to do? Call them, say, hey, please come to class.
You're
What
messing
paying
with our-
for.
Right.
You're messing with our scales here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was the same thing where, I try to reach out to a parent and you look at the call list and, you look at this tree and there's not a parent to be found. So sometimes this kid hangs out with his grandmother's boyfriend.
Yeah.
And you're just looking for a parent contact.
Wow.
And eventually you just say, fuck it. It's like,
Yeah.
I can't. Who am I going to reach? I'm afraid of who I'm going to reach.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Now, when I taught at that school that shall remain unnamed, the first one that I taught at,
Yeah.
college level, yeah, we had students who were living in their fucking cars.
Yeah.
So so
Wow.
I know. It's like one of those things. It's like, oh, did you call him? He hasn't been to class in like 3 weeks. It was like, do you know what a cricket phone is? So he does. So,
Oh my
He
god.
doesn't answer
so he
numbers.
doesn't answer. So
Do you
can
know
leave
why?
voicemails? No. So he doesn't have it set up. How can you not have your voicemail set up? It's like, 'cause it's a fucking cricket phone.
It's like, I don't mean to say that you're not, I'm not trying to like pick on people like that don't understand the situation, but there's a point where yes, that's what's going on. You want to tell them, well, the reason that this person doesn't answer the phone, they may see the call, but they don't answer the phone because when they do, it's somebody telling them to pay for something that they can't afford.
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah. Shit, man, I used to have students call me from jail. So
Yeah, that's great.
Because I was the only one that they could call in some cases. So
What?
yeah, that was wiggy. He was like, "Can you bail me out?" I was like, "No, no, I cannot." So
I hope that wasn't
I'm
your
afraid to
one
tell you
phone
no
call.
now. Yeah, I hope that wasn't your only phone call. So
I didn't know we were friends like that.
yeah, well, then once they're actually past that page, then they have to call you collect. You accept the charges. So
Yeah.
it's El Paso County Corrections. It's like, absolutely not. Maybe I should stop putting my phone number on my syllabus.
Yeah, no doubt. Just put that Google Voice number,
Right.
or it's like the number the strippers give out at the end of the night.
Right. 555-1234.
Dang, it's amazing.
Had that
You got
number
such
for
an
years.
Easy number to remember.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's rough. I don't know.
Yeah. It's okay. We'll see what kind of fight that brews in my school.
Oh, there are
Don't care
certain.
either way, so you're just enjoying the
I don't
ride.
care, man. As long as paychecks don't bounce, I'll do whatever you tell me to. So I like pay. So,
Yeah,
I concur.
yeah.
yeah.
Do a lot of typing for just that reason.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go off on something, by the way.
All right.
All right.
Rant away.
All right. This is you mentioned esoteric. There's an esoteric rant specifically within what I'm talking about. So, all right. So yes, I end up transcribing a lot of reality television. Okay, a lot. I've learned some very interesting things, not just the very fake part, but so there's when they're doing the OTFs or the
What is
like
the OTF?
basically like every time that you see like reality show and they splice it where they sit down and it's like the guy's being interviewed, right? So they're showing this action and then they turn around and say like, so I was thinking of using 12 penny shanks on this house, but the problem is water damage. You see how they do that, and it's like they're being interviewed.
Okay, why is that called an OTF? Do you know?
I don't remember what it's called.
Oh, okay.
It's but when they're doing this, they are being interviewed by another person, right? Now, this is not anything against homosexuality. However, I'm getting a little bit tired of every interviewer on these things being completely homosexual, right? And I don't put that against them in that. It is just there is a certain speech pattern that they feel that they need to adhere to, which is god-awful to transcribe.
Okay.
When you look at somebody there that is trying to ask somebody a question of like, well, so why did you choose that pig, right? That's the question that you want to ask the person that's going to be talking.
Okay.
You take a minute to ask that question, and 97% of that are the words, you know, or I mean. So,
Why is that homosexual?
it is...
Okay.
I'm not making that up.
All right.
That's very clear, because there's a...
I think you need to act this out for me because I don't quite get it because I use ums all the time.
Or the interviewee?
The interviewer.
The interviewer says
Yes.
a bunch?
All the time. It is you know, and I mean. So if I just want to ask you how your day was, I'm going to start with so your day, you know, your day. I mean your day.
That's the interview question?
I'm telling you,
You have to transcribe that verbatim.
yes.
Oh,
That is the part that's annoying.
Do you have to
Right?
put in ...
Only when the response between you put in the ... when a person says something and it's more than 3 to 5 seconds between their next response.
Okay. All right.
And if it's longer than that, then you create a new time code.
Oh, gotcha.
what's the time code?
That's where you basically open a new box of dialogue for that person.
Oh, got it.
And it stamps. So everything is time coded so that if somebody wants to just say,
Yeah.
I want to pick up from here, they just click there.
Yeah.
So if they're taking that much longer. But yes, so many just, you know.
I didn't know you would have interviewers doing that. Like, I could see the...
I think the interview would be really polished.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit. They're the worst. They're the fucking worst.
So is that the interviewer that's actually going to be on TV, or is this the interviewer that's asking them questions just to get responses?
They're asking them questions to get responses.
So it's not the interviewer that's going to be on
This is not goddamn Barbara Walters. This is the person. They're probably a producer role, and they're just asking these questions to and they ask them the same fucking questions over and over again, right? Because I understand it's television, so they're looking for a version that they can use.
Right.
But it's funny to see people actually getting pissed saying, this is the 7th time I've answered that question.
Oh, really?
How do you want
to
me to
transcribe that?
Technically, you mark that as quote unquote crew direction.
Crew direction. Oh my
where
God,
they're
that's
straightening somebody
hilarious,
out, or
yeah.
like there's a part where like in the background, like if they have to stop because somebody jumps in, can you move that light, or can somebody try to do something about that train sound? Right, that's the
Somebody kill that fly.
yeah. Well, and the individual instructions can say transcribe that.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Individual instructions can also say don't record the interview. Those are the best. Because the interviewers suck. They're just the worst.
yeah. So it's just some associate producer. It's not like Mike Rowe who's actually asking you the questions about your shitty job.
Nope.
Got it.
Because they go on later
So-
and just record the interviewer that's going to be on TV, just fire off a whole bunch of questions.
Right. As a matter of fact, they're going to be completely deleted from that. They only want the bites of the person that's speaking.
Yeah. So you'll just see the interviewee on
Yeah.
camera, right?
And that's why everything is timestamped so that they can just go straight to
Gotcha.
each one.
God, has TV gotten that formulaic?
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And on top of that, again, I won't go into the confidential stuff, but so all the stuff here that I'm seeing is from the future, right? It has.
Ooh.
I know. Guys, we can make
Is
some.
COVID a thing in a year, Jeff? Tell us.
Well, okay, so say for example, like with reality TV shows, and you're talking about shows that have like eliminations, right?
Right.
So there is like, I know people that win certain things,
Right.
but they haven't been aired, so there is that. I don't know if you can.
Can I bet on it?
I doubt it, probably because of assholes like me that do this thing and say, all right, well, take out your HELOC, put it on this, because I guarantee you win.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
That is fucking Back to the Future 2 shit, and you can't alter the future. It screws it up.
I
guys.
own the police, kid.
But yeah, when they say just don't record the interviewer, it's great. But yeah, like I talked to you about, when they feed the experts the lines of,
Oh, you told me about that one.
yeah, that's straight up. Oh, have you been there? No. Can you act like you did? Oh yeah, no problem.
God,
I've
that's
seen lots of pictures.
yeah. It's like I can wiki it in 5 minutes. So yeah, and people wonder why people don't trust experts. So
Well, and I will say that I have learned some really cool stuff. Like there was some stuff learned a lot about the beer wars in early America, where that came
Pennsylvania?
from. Yeah, basically the Schlitz versus Pabst.
Huh. Oh, I'm thinking of whiskey fights. Never mind.
Oh yeah.
That one actually involved like cannon and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. So you do actually learn some interesting stuff, but there is
Kinda
also in reality shows, man.
Oh
It's like
God.
I'm bringing up pigs because that was the pig show.
So like an hour of dialogue, how long does that take you to sort of an hour of like audio? How long does that take you to transcribe?
2 to 3 hours.
Okay, so it's more than the actual time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I remember when I tried to do my own transcripts when I was doing interviews for that PhD shit that I had to do. It took me like 5 times as long to actually type that shit up than it did for me. Well, actually more. It was probably more like 10. So because I'm really bad at it. So
I mean, there was one where I was trying to make a deadline, and I wasn't one-on-one, and I was making mistakes everywhere. I mean, you look at it, this is just a minefield of red words. Like, it was so bad that I realized that I was slowing myself down by looking at the screen. So,
is he just staring at your keyboard?
well, I was looking at the screen.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, okay, got it. Yeah.
And what I had to do at that point, because I was just trying to get it committed, was I was looking at the ceiling and just letting the fingers do their thing.
Oh my God, you can type that?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy.
But I had to fix
Yeah.
everything.
I used to be a much better typist probably like 5-6 years ago. And as soon as
Yeah.
they stopped doing like serious data entry or even extensive comments on student papers, started to lose that skill a little bit.
I already tried to cheat too. I already tried to just have the voice recording software just listen into what people were talking and then just like cut and paste what they said.
I was wondering about that.
Not even close.
No, like,
Not
so
even
many errors
fucking
that
close.
it just.
Yeah.
What is that stuff called? Dragon?
I don't know. I was
That's
just
the one
using-
from like. I don't know if that still exists, does it?
I don't know.
I know that's the one that was on TV like 15, 20 years ago.
what in
Dragon.
It's like Dragon Talk or Dragon Speak or something like Dragon
Really?
Speech.
There
Oh.
were commercials a long time ago.
I thought that was some shit that was like from a Will Smith movie, like Enemy of the State or something.
Oh my god.
No, there was commercials for Dragon a long time ago. That's why I was just like,
Huh.
that doesn't exist. Well, maybe it does. I mean, it should just keep getting better.
You'd
Obviously,
think, yeah.
not good enough.
It's actually pretty good. I mean, I think there's even a plugin you can get for Microsoft Word now that does it pretty well.
Oh yeah. I tried
Yeah,
it.
okay. Huh?
Yeah, I tried it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it does not decipher.
You have to speak clearly into it.
Yeah, that is correct. And a lot of the other problem is a lot of times people just will not stop talking over each other. The worst thing I had to do, the worst, is, and this is why I have managed to expunge all British transcription, is because British are the most two-faced people on the planet. There is this, and I don't mean this in a like watch your wallet. I mean this in a, when they're on television and they speak Britishly, this is why people have this this vision of British people being classy and intelligent. That's for the camera. A lot of these people on there, the second that they're not saying something for the camera, they go into that
It's
cockney, just mumbled
Family Guy,
bullshit. Where it's in
where Stewie's trying to teach the girl.
no. It's 11 words in half a second.
Oh.
Right, and you just you hear somebody say, you know, they look away. It's like elbow, and you rewind it about a dozen times, and you're saying, you know, it's like, oh, okay, I get it, but their whole voice changes whether or not they're speaking to the camera. Now, again, that's probably a TV thing. I understand, but
Yeah, probably everybody kind of does that a little bit.
I would think so. I mean,
That's fair.
I don't imagine that Brad Pitt acts at home, you know, all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I saw an article thing that McDonald's is going to use like the robot for all their outside orders.
The
So when you're
robot?
placing your order, you just speak into
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing. Like, yeah, it works really great. There's just some serious bugs about people with accents and stuff like that.
Sure,
And
yeah.
it's like, oh, great. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be in line right behind the person that's like with the worst accent possible. And they're just sitting there for days going, just wanted a Happy Meal. They
Just-
can't say Happy Meal.
Happy Meal.
You have to come clean with the fact that every AI eventually turns out to be racist.
Right.
It's screwed up, but it ends up being true.
It is.
Yeah.
They say it's all because it's designed by white people for the majority.
Well, it's because like most AIs are actually like not intelligent.
Not even a
so.
little.
Yeah.
No. It's
So it's just math. So you know.
Well, they said that it's like for their facial recognition kind of thing. The white designers are showing pictures, like they say friend,
Mm-hmm.
and they show pictures, and they have to
Mhm.
have it scanned and all that kind of stuff, and it ends up scanning more
Yeah.
of that, and then so you get white people are this, and then black people are criminals, and
Yeah, but see, the thing about it that's funny is that it's gotten to the point in time where it's way beyond the lab now, where it's like, okay, so like you can have an algorithm that'll go out there and it'll actually scan like thousands of news articles, okay?
Right.
And it'll like associate like, okay, so, you know, criminal, all right? And then it'll match the pictures and, you know, black, white, you know, black. You know, and then so, I mean, it's not even like that. I mean, we were talking about this with the algorithms a couple of weeks ago. that, you know, they don't even know what's going on with them anymore. And so it's not like research is, oh, this guy's obviously, you know, upstanding citizen, you know, Mr. John Smith who lives next door, him and his 2.5 kids and his little dog, you know, and then, oh, well, this is Jerome Smith.
Where does he live?
He lives on that side of those things. So
whatever.
There's not a designer out there doing that, man. It's just you've turned the map is loose. And so, I mean, it'll sit there and it'll do the correlations on each of these things. Yeah. So, you know,
Well,
like, okay, so what kind of clicks does this get? And this gets a huge spike because it's like, you know, it's like, well, obviously Jerome Smith is the guy who, you know, kidnapped little Maggie, you know, and there's an Amber Alert out. So everybody keep your eyes out for Jerome Smith now. And then the algorithm's like, okay, duly noted, you know. So it's bullshit. And it's going to come apart, man.
No, yeah, you're right.
It's going to come apart.
There's
an
authenticity to it that people are starting to figure out where for certain things with AI, it does great things when it comes to, they've come up with great technologies in terms of being able to take one of us at the table and grafting Mark Ruffalo's face on it, making it look realistic.
Sure.
Right? But at the same time, it's true. It's really cool. But at the same time, actual AI, when you boil it down, is about as sophisticated as a speak and spell. It's just bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bigger. It's got a larger database
Yeah.
behind it, you know. So I don't know, man. There's a lot of I did go down that rabbit hole a little bit deeper on that shit. And you know, there's nothing in there that, like, eventually you get to this point in time where it's like a matter of belief about AI, you know? And so if you mine that rabbit hole down far enough, it kind of forces you into a tunnel or into a fork in the road where it's like, all right, so is it a thing or is it actually, is it a rock or is it a mouse? Okay.
Right.
You know? And so,
Right.
you know, and I'm falling distinctly on the rock side. Okay, so it's not sentient. You know, you cannot be sentient. You know?
Yeah.
So
because there's a this is an old, like, you know, fighting game term where it's every 7 moves do something random.
right.
Right. Now the thing is, that is exactly what an AI would do.
Right.
Right. And so it gets to the 7th thing and it just hits the RNG.
Right.
And it is a complete mimicry of what you have as basically an AI pattern in your own head.
Right.
Because it's just a flow chart.
Yeah. Because it's governed by math.
Correct.
Yeah. So
Correct.
yeah.
Whereas the random thing would be to do it every 4th.
Yeah. Then maybe every
Sixth.
first. Or whenever I feel like it, goddammit.
Right.
You know? So,
Wait, I do that every button.
yeah.
Okay, well, so there's a term
That
for
makes you
that.
beatable.
No, actually, that's problematic because there's a term for that, and it's called scrub busting. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. It's so when you play people, it's just like you can get bonked by somebody at chess because there are certain expectations that you have of why is he doing this?
You're out thinking what they're trying to think.
And they're just like, I just need to find a direct path to kill you.
Right.
And sometimes they do because you're well, these are the standard moves.
Right, yeah.
And sometimes I've gotten blown up online by dudes who are just spamming uppercuts and like, this guy's a genius. And you look at his record, he's 14-600.
You're like, damn it, I'm 15 now.
Yeah.
If you go to Mike Tyson's Punch Out, Glass Joe has 1 win, and that's me, evidently. So yeah, there is a piece to that where I've gotten blown up by it. Shit, the whole
I've beaten you once in a blue moon.
you've beaten me plenty of times. You've beaten me plenty of times. I still endorse your idea of putting in the time and just becoming really, really competent at Smash Brothers to waylay your son.
It would be good.
Is that what you're trying to do?
So, like, I read a book on how to help teach your kids things and stuff like that, and it was just like, well, if you want them to learn how to do something, show them. I was like, okay, well, he thinks that I'm and I am pretty terrible at Smash Brothers. But if I practice when he's not home, and then all of a sudden we sit down and play, and I just mop the floor with him, and he's just like, "What just happened?" I'm like, "That's what putting a little work in does."
That might sink in. He might think it's a fluke too. Yeah.
Beat him the next game.
Then it's statistics over time. Right.
Yeah.
And then you're explaining, well, son, this is what's known as wave dashing. And if you want to do something about this, you're going to have to do this, this, and this.
I don't know what wave dashing
Yeah,
is.
I don't know.
You play the game, you'll learn. But, you know, it's fine. But this is what I was saying. You watch some YouTube videos to train yourself. Trust me, you'll figure
You'll
it out.
get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that game, but it's I've
There's
seen it
techniques,
played.
yeah.
Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
Right.
I've seen it played competitively, and it's beyond me.
It's fun. It's chaos, but
That's the problem, is I don't think it's actually fun for casual players.
if you're not, you have to be with all casual players.
Well, not just all casual players. I don't find the base gameplay and mechanics of it really that interesting to people that don't know the game. I don't.
Well, yeah, because if you don't know how to do the double jump that gets you back onto the
Right.
land, like you
Yeah.
lose. Like,
And I
don't know.
If
It's
you're-
just all chaos.
if you're purely mashing, I don't find the mashing satisfying. Like, you can have way more fun in Soul Calibur or something mashing.
I used to button mash in that game.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I did too.
Yeah.
Way more fun. Whereas in Smash Brothers, it's this sucks. This is
I can see that. Yeah.
it's like it's not. There's you either need to really simplify it. So we say, all right, well, I'm going to press the kill you button, or
The big glowing button.
yeah, or you put in some serious mechanics to say, newcomers enter here. And don't.
Kiddie pool entrance. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah. But it's. I don't even know who I am half the time.
There's a problem too. Yeah.
It's too many characters.
Yeah, you can get, and then because the screen ends up getting so
Yeah.
big
It scales.
because
Oh.
your people are jumping
Zooms
all
out.
over the place, bouncing like so. Yeah, it goes up like this and
Yeah.
zooms in some, and I'm just like, well, I'm just hitting buttons. Where am I again? I am there. I am. Okay.
Here we go. Yeah.
Why am I punching the wall?
Punching. Man, I remember. Didn't you have an experience? This must have been like 10 years ago when you were playing Goldeneye with your in-laws, and
My wife.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were just in the corner, just
Spraying her down with the MP5. Yeah. Or I'm sorry, the DK9 or whatever it was.
yeah,
So you had to rename all the guns in that game.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
So it was the AR-33. So
The RCP-90,
the RCP-90.
the PP-7.
PP7, yeah.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah. So I saw some screen grabs from that game the other day, and I got a cool article.
Yeah,
Man, that game's ugly, man. I mean, it is bad. I mean, it's like Bond has got like 9 fucking, objects.
it's rough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty rough.
it's foggy.
That
It's-
hated it. His face is all stretched out. But
Yeah.
man, we played the shit out of the game.
We did. Yeah, it was cool at the time, but yeah,
was.
it aged like lunch
Yeah.
meat. No, they actually like regular meat because lunch meat has preserved. It's
Yeah.
fucking. This is chicken. This is just like raw chicken.
The one that I did see that actually looked pretty good, even for as old it was actually Quake II. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
it actually looked really good.
The geometry was significantly better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually looked
Yeah.
pretty good. So, and then the original. So I saw this montage of like shooters the other day.
Oh,
Yeah, it was kind of cool. I walked down memory lane, and we were talking about Medal of Honor Allied Assault.
yeah.
God, that game looks bad, man.
Really?
It's like, yeah, you look at the spritey explosions on Omaha Beach. It's like, oh, so they just took 2 sprites and put them at 90-degree angles. Got it.
What would happen if I looked at it from above?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it would rotate
It
with
would
me.
rotate with me. Yeah. It tips over. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's funny because the there are some things where sprite graphics hold up like Disney masterpieces, but first-person shooters, I do not think is one of them.
Not one of them.
I do not.
Yeah, Command and Conquer is actually not bad. So,
Command &
sorry, I'm
Conquer-
thinking of Red Alert.
Red Alert looks awesome.
Red Alert looks good.
Still looks
Yeah.
awesome. So does StarCraft. And those are little sprites. They just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 directions.
Right.
Or they're looking right at you. Right?
Could they?
Well, sort of. I mean, you're looking at just basically an 8-way directional. So there was a version of it because it was isometric. So there was a version of that was kind of looking at you by putting it straight down.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Whereas the new versions of RTS, and this is where they lost me, was as soon as you could actually like rotate the map.
Oh, yeah, it's barf territory for me. So, yeah.
Well, much like real life, I got lost.
Although we did play a shitload of, what was it?
Halo Wars.
Yeah. You played that with us, didn't you? Yeah.
I was kicking my ass.
Yeah, I know. He was good at it.
Yeah.
So
Kicking
I was
my ass up and
terrible
down
at
the
that
street.
game.
It was fun good losing, though.
I guess until we got to the point in time where you lose so badly that you got frustrated, and Jeff was getting all doubly down on, "Whoa, we got to play the shit out of this so we get really good at it." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Nah, I'm done."
Why aren't you guys taking notes? Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, "There's too many things going on the screen, Jeff. My 40-year-old brain doesn't do this anymore."
Yeah, well,
And that was a couple of years ago.
God, I don't even know what my brain would do. I'd probably just stay in one spot. You guys go do whatever the hell else. I've got this perfectly good piece of grass right here that
I'm
I'm
gonna build a barbed wire fence around.
yeah.
yeah, and I will say this. One of the problems I used to really have with RTS games was it's not that I took it personally, it's that I sort of, whenever I made a unit, I gave it a personality. So, like, if I was putting together, like, a squad of Marines or something like that, like, I wouldn't babysit them, but I'd expect them to do well beyond what I wanted them to do. And I'd try to balance things out just like on a mental thing where, like, the part of this game is, all right, we'll just keep making hydralisks, right? But I would be, well, okay, there should be this breakdown. If I do this and person B sends this, then I'll be prepared because I have little chunks of all these things. I'm perfectly well, balanced for this. They just walk in and just like start shooting my base, and they have all of they light tank rush me, like.
See, that's what I learned and definitely in Red Alert. It was like, well, you build this like balanced force that's got rocket artillery and medium tanks and shit.
Troops.
And after a while, it was just, they got troops
Run
in
over,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, and after a while, it's like, no, just build as many fucking light tanks as you can, as quickly as you can. Go knock out somebody, and then you can do some of that fancy shit with the next person.
Yeah.
So
Fancy shit.
You're actually thinking about stuff.
Yeah.
you actually think about stuff. Yeah.
I have looked, and I can't find any other record of basically peon rushes being known as beavising.
Oh, really?
That seems to be a local term.
That's a local thing. Huh?
Yeah.
I thought I heard that somewhere else, but it
Did
might
you?
have been local. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've heard it called spamming, so of course.
I've heard it called
Yeah.
spamming, but I've also seen, like, most of it is just 5-minute no rush.
Right, and so we used to call it a no Beavis.
Right.
Yeah.
But I am not
Where
finding
Beavis came
I don't
from.
know.
I thought
Yeah.
it came from. Wasn't there somebody named Beavis that like lived around here?
No.
Like it was like at school or something like that. And if you did something, then it was.
Oh, wait.
don't know
Okay,
what
but
you're
it
talking
not be it wouldn't be beavising because no parent wouldn't.
I don't know, man. Yeah, no. I remember we used to use it over there at the Qzar all the time. You can't Beavis somebody. And that initially came from Warcraft.
Yeah.
So Warcraft II. Where you couldn't do what was called a peon rush.
Yeah.
So where you made all the little wood choppers and sent them over there and chopped down someone's fucking castle. And well, no, you kill all their gold miners.
Yeah.
So and basically strangle them in the cradle. Yeah.
Well, okay, yeah, that's true because there were 2 rules on that. There was no peon rushes, no harvester.
No harvester. That was a Command and Conquer thing. Yeah.
Right. I was saying like those 2 games had 2 separate split rules over there of no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, but those were different than Beavis. Beavis was just you cranked out as many cheap ass units as you could right off the bat, and then went over there and just knocked someone in the mouth as fast as you could. So especially if you're playing a team game that had at least 2-on-2. So because if you knock one dude out, all right, he's gonna lose. Yeah. You know. Yeah. So, and that was why I never got into even some of those later like Dota-like games and stuff. Because you're playing.
Those are beyond me.
Oh, I mean, I tried playing a couple. I tried playing Warcraft 3 with my brother for a while. And stuff. Yeah. He's way too fucking good at this shit.
Yeah.
And so you have like the heroes and stuff, and so you got like teams of 3-on-3, and so you know the whole strategy is go knock out one of the other guys.
Right. Yeah.
So and then I mean there was so many games. It's like why did we quit the game? We lost a guy, and so it was like, well, let's see if we can do this. And no, it's not gonna.
No, this is dumb.
It's like, well, this is stupid. I don't want to play this. You know?
So it's just a race to
yes,
the first guy, and then the game's over.
Yeah. Yeah. So it wasn't fun. So
I can see it being fun, but it's just there are some games where it is tough when the person that you're playing with there is just so big of a skill gap.
Sure.
Right. And sometimes that works out. Sometimes it doesn't. But there are other times where, because the other person would be like, well, how am I supposed to get better? If one of us gets dunked on and the game's over, well, I either didn't contribute, right? Or I'm the guy that got dunked.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, well, I didn't learn anything from that other than to not like this fucking game. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, it's so rare when you have a game, especially a multiplayer like RTS game like that, where you know someone puts you on your heels and then you can actually recover from it and you know get back in there.
Oh, pendulum games, yeah.
Yeah, they're rare, man. So I mean, there's only been a few that I think I ever played. You know, they kind of stand out in my memory as being epic, like 3-hour-long games of Warcraft II, where we mined it down to the last fucking penny. So, and chop down the very last tree.
Yeah.
You know, but it was rare when that happened, you know, but it was kind of fun when it did. So, but I don't know.
Those are my fond memories of that game, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess when it got to that next level where, I don't know, you're looking down the part of this where you're saying, all right, I see what it's going to take. You know, I think this was kind of like why you gave up the game of golf, was I can see what it's going to take for me to get better. And it's just not, I am not the man to make that kind of investment in this. This is not where I'm going to plant my flag as being the RTS guy.
Yeah, that was a piece of golf. The other piece is just being outside for 6 hours.
There is that, yeah. Cancer and all that. Yeah, I got you. But, you know, it's like, but yeah.
I'm half vampire, man. So, you know, I mean, I can only be out in the sun for so long before I start to get salty.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
But no, you're right. And I mean, there's been other games that I played that were kind of the same way. It was like, man, this is going to take way too much time to actually get better at it. You know, to the point in time where I'm actually going to derive some satisfaction. Where the games that I'm actually good at are things that I kind of just like got sucked into. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, next thing I know, I turn around, I was like, how many hours have I put into City Skylines? Fuck.
It's not like it's competitive either. It's
not. It's like, I need to know how to make a double diamond interchange. So, you know, I need to go do some research.
But the story is not, you would not see how many people I killed with my K to D on my double diamond interchange.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, the same thing was true with you and I when we were like in the heydays of our Call of Duty tours. So where we just sit there and play it for like months every like night or every other night for like 2-3 hours.
Oh,
The
yeah.
next thing we know, Jeff and I are just like dominating every fucking map, having to plan out our kill streak so that we can conserve airspace.
Getting like salty at each other because
Oh, I remember hearing you do that a couple.
because it's like you're doing like, oh, so you really switched to chopper, really?
You took
So I can't
choppers and
put up-
didn't fucking tell me.
You didn't
Yeah.
tell me. The fucking airspace is occupied. I remember trying to shoot down your helicopters.
What was the other thing that you couldn't have two robots on the map at once? So I remember shooting your fucking robot several times.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, the robots, and then eventually we had to break it down where,
This had to be negotiated before we started. After a while.
kind of,
Yeah.
well, and there was also one thing that you loved so much was that those missiles that you could put the English
Oh,
on,
the Reaper, yeah.
and I just had to give up on that because Pat just loved it
I
so
much.
much.
Dude, I used to giggle like a school.
You did.
Like get them under an
Like-
overpass.
I was like, these are cool. I like this, but Pat loves it. It's like, yeah, this is spice cake. I'll get full off
Oh, you
it.
used to
But
love
Pat,
dogs too, man.
I was dogs. I was dogs. I was
Yeah.
I was always release the hounds. And that was my joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was watching you guys. The team would win, and I'd be so happy that if I went from like the bottom 2 to like number 3 to like maybe get close to the middle of the level.
Yeah.
I was so happy.
Jeff and I always fought for tops.
Yeah,
So
but it was cool. I
he
was
get
on
it
your
about 3
team,
times
so
for every time that I get it. Usually at top.
Nah,
you always had a
was-
better KD.
Well, it did, but I was also like way more of a pussy about stuff. Like when so my KD was better because I was pussyfooting around, whereas you'd have those killer KDs because you went there and put the knife in your teeth and said, let's do this. Right?
Yeah.
And like the real gangster that you were just jumping all over the place being crazy. Whereas I was,
Oh, come on, man. You actually had the Jolson.
that's different. That's
Joel.
So it was this little red gun. Oh my god, we can't talk about that.
Do you remember? Okay, well, so if we go back to Black Ops 1, okay, and there was this thing where it had this clip art where you could make your own little picture. And
Yeah.
that's where you had the dinosaur man carrot.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's where Jeff and I would report Nazis all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
People would make shoe stuffle bolts and stuff, and we'd report them incessantly, for offensive content. Yeah.
And I remember looking at what was there in the clip art, and I came across a combination of things that said, this could possibly be the most offensive thing I can come up with.
Yeah.
And I sure did. And that's why I became known as the Al Jolson.
God.
Yeah. And so it was a sticker on his little machine gun. He had this little red.
The red box, yeah.
The red box, that's what
Yeah.
we called it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but what was the
It was
gun?
like the Scorpion or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that. So, but he had it all modded out so that it like sprayed 30 bullets in like less than a second.
Yes.
And so you just run around and spray people down with it,
Well, and that was the other thing in Black Ops. It would let you do like rapid fire plus something else plus scavenger. So the thing
Oh
was,
yeah. So you run around and pick up mags.
so it didn't matter that you were going over there like,
Waving bullets.
yeah, like you're over there painting with a Wagner because the whole
It's a Wagner power painter.
because the whole thing was to go out there and just bury people with tons of bullets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd pick up the ammunition, and also because the other thing was that would also stupidly let you get more claymores. So
that's right.
So you spray somebody down, drop a claymore, spray somebody down. That was
That's right.
when I was like I was on like a 30 kill streak, right? And I needed ammo, so I blew away one of our teammates because it would let you scavenge
Off your own
teammate.
teammate. Yeah.
a teammate's guts.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
But we were so far into that game that the game itself had started to lose the appeal. It was,
Yeah.
how are we going to do this? and we came up with like a
Pepper
list of creative.
Yeah, cowboy weapons only. So where we literally have to run around with break open and shotguns and the 357
The
Magnums.
greatest shotgun they ever put in that game.
Oh, absolutely. So
Greatest.
yeah, I mean, I remember playing with the Striker for a while until I actually just got that break
fine.
open shotgun.
It's fine.
It's like, man, I can shoot down fucking airplanes with this thing. God, we played the hell out of that game.
And
we
then-
played
and then
just
you
as
just,
much
like,
out of Modern Warfare
Died.
3,
Like
man.
it just went like I played it again, and then all of a sudden it was just like, nah, not into it. And
We
I was
kind of
like-
hit our 20-year mark.
I was like, wait, what? I was
Yeah.
like, what's going on?
We
And it
did
was
5
just like,
tours in the Call of
nah.
Duty Army, man.
well, here's the
So
here's the weird thing is, so
I think he went to Mortal Kombat.
well, I played that
Yeah.
with you guys a little bit, but more so. The thing with like Call of Duty was, you've collected things many times. You know what this is like.
I love collecting things. Yes.
Okay, so, there was a point where you notice that every person is out there and they're beating each other up to get that last pack of Pokemon cards. And you can't tell when or why, but one weekend, eventually, Pokemon cards are now everywhere, right?
right.
And you see, like, the comic shops put up the signs that say, "We do not buy Pokemon cards," right? Same thing why there's, I don't know, 6 million of the white bagged, Rebirth of Superman comic books, because like the speculator boom is over. And that kind of hit us with like Call of Duty was, I think, so Black Ops did something so great for us was when we got tired of the game, we quit. Then we started playing zombies, and it had a zombies mode that you and I would not relent on.
Oh god, we played that so many times.
And yeah, we were so into it, and because the game got so meticulous and nasty in the rounds that evidently people did not reach except us.
Yeah.
Where every shot, if it wasn't hitting the head, you're wasting ammo.
Yeah, you're wasting ammo, and you're not going to live past like level 45 or whatever. Fuck, we made it
was
way higher.
crazy.
than that.
But yeah,
So,
but yeah. So then we went back to the game.
you're
And
so fucking good at it. It came back and it was just like, I don't need all these automatic ways. Give me the M14. Bam, 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 bam. So just fucking killing people, man.
and then
So,
we played the other ones, but there was still something missing because none of the other versions had like a fun zombies mode. None of the other ones.
yeah.
There was just something where
Even Black Ops 2, the zombies mode in there, I remember you and I, like, we gave it a fair shot.
we did.
We were like, this bust mechanic is stupid.
Stupid.
It's
Totally unnecessary.
And it was like, where's the rando box, man? So, and it took
the pack
forever.
a punch machine, and you had to activate it by doing all this. And like one dude had to stay in the power factory or whatever. And
It was dumb.
I don't know. There was just a part of us where, why can't this be as cool as the last one?
Yeah. Because we put hours and hours and hours. and hours.
Once we figured that out.
Oh yeah. We had a system set up where you get the Mustang and Sally. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just absolutely. I mean, we would like sleep through the first 20 levels of zombies, basically.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, no, there was. So there, I don't remember what the cutoff was, but there was something where if this didn't happen by like round 4, you just might as well die. Just do it again. And I can't remember what it was, but there was a if this hasn't happened by this point,
Yeah.
or if somebody died, or
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but
Yeah, there was something in there, and that wasn't even that Kennedy level.
No.
So that was the one with the guy who ran around and took your guns, right?
yeah, I killed his ass.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
Once.
we didn't think it could be done. And
Once.
We unloaded on this motherfucker. He got me, but Jeff got him eventually.
That fucker got me plenty of times before
yeah.
too, so
Yeah.
I was super proud.
Yeah.
But yeah, at that point, it was kind of like sleepwalking. I remember when we played. The funny thing is, we were actually better at Modern Warfare 3 than we were at Black Ops.
Yeah, I think so.
Because Modern Warfare 3 had so many ways for us to cheat. I mean...
Oh, it's crazy. Stacking our
wrong.
Kill counts.
Absolutely wrong. Where
So...
the whole thing was, hey, let's have 2 of those. Yeah, it was the fad and the mini fad. So the secondary weapon was as good as the primary. And you could keep putting on those goddamn vests, which...
So we just sit there and kind of like trade vests so the entire time. So, I mean, that's where my KDD got the highest. So I know yours was insanely high in that fucking
Well,
game.
it was... We got too good at it too quickly. Like, there's supposed to be a period where... So... One of the things in Black Ops was we did reach that frustration point. We kind of plateaued. That's when we took
zombies.
a breather. Yeah, we went to zombies eventually, but we became better for it. But we didn't plateau in...
We just got bored of it eventually.
Yeah.
And then Black Ops 3 came out. So
I liked that, but it
Black
was...
Ops 2, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I liked Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2. That's the one we played with you a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, we had a good time. That was one with paper airplanes.
Oh,
You just run around a corner and nail something with it.
So very middle school about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you made a paper airplane out of like a Kellogg's box.
Right.
It was the one that actually thumped somebody when you hit 'em.
Except this one's got C4 strapped to it. Yeah. No, that one was fun. But we also started playing Revolution at that time too. So by the time Modern Warfare 2 or 3 was winding down.
Yeah, we were trying to mix it up.
Yeah.
You know, that was the weird thing was, I can't believe. See, yeah, at the tail end of that gaming generation, that's when I went and picked up all those games like on heavy sales.
Oh yeah.
Because we went for 5 years and we would buy one game a year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when we started picking up all kinds of shit. That's when we played that word game.
So, what
was that one you used
Quarrel.
to play? Quarrel.
Yeah,
It was fucking fun.
that was
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, but oh my god. Yeah, but then the other ones started coming out because we played a shitload out of Black Ops 2.
Yes.
And then we played Advanced Warfare for a little bit.
I played it more than you did, but yeah.
I could not get the jetpack or the backpack mechanic down, and just like the increased verticality in the game, it was kind of like, oh man, I'm
done.
Yeah, this is not the army that I grew up in, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm Vietnam era. This is So it's
Yeah.
like, man, I'm over my 20, so I'm gonna put in my papers now.
People bouncing and flying all over the place.
I got into it.
Yeah,
I got into it, but it took it. There was definitely a.
That was beyond me. Like, it was hard enough for me to try and look
Yeah.
for people that are on ground.
Yeah,
And then they're buzz. I was like, I can't do duck hunt. Like,
yeah, yeah.
these ducks are
Like,
not
we used to
big
do
in
this in
the
Halo all the time, man. But now it's kind of like, oh.
I used to put the duck hunt gun like inches away from the screen. Doesn't work with this controller.
It's as valid as any tactic.
If it lets you do it.
Like I've never seen something where I've never seen competitive duck hunt where guys were like, "Oh, you got to stand behind the line."
No, if it's got to be competitive, yeah, you draw a line. Or
If there's a competition, but I never read one story about a $50 bet ending in a brawl because people were past the line.
I bet it was out there.
I'm certain.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I never saw it happen.
If we started putting money on it, it would have happened.
I made that suggestion many times, but nobody
No.
ever took.
Because we weren't going to win.
Yeah. He's not going to put in that many hours to earn $5 off you, dude.
Well, no, I would have money matched you in, say, Madden back in the day, even though I was at a severe handicap.
Well, you're a better man than me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just take your money.
Well, I also know that's the stimulus it would have taken for me to really try to put in the time.
Men.
Practice the
Oh my
shit out of
God.
that game. It's like, Will cleaned me out of $60 last night. I have to, Pat, watch me play this, and you
Yeah.
point out my weaknesses.
Let me set up the film here.
Yeah. I need unbiased eyes, man. Tell me when I'm fucking up.
Yeah, no, that one was definitely, I don't know. I think the last Madden I played had fucking Mike Vick on the cover of it. Oof. Oof. Yeah. Speaking of which, all right, so we are at $1.20. So,
Okay.
what do you think?
I think I didn't write down a single note.
Oh, God damn it, you didn't, did you?
No, we'll watch.
That's okay.
This is
We'll
the
figure it out.
classic. So yeah, I guess we need some football picks, bro.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know why you're listening to me anymore, since all I do is miss the picks. But
Football was broken the past couple
Football
of
was
weeks.
broke.
Yeah.
so
Like
since-
Newtonian physics just fell apart. Like the basketball.
These guys are fraud.
It has been rough. So, since the Bills were terrible last week, I will take them to cover 12.5 against the Jets. And my dog of the week is I will take the Raiders plus 2.5 against the Chiefs.
Raiders over the Chiefs, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Chiefs.
What happened to them, man?
He's just throwing the ball all over the place.
So he just turns
Well-
useless halfway through the season.
Well, so all the defenses just throw their safeties back and say, throw short passes. And he loses his mind. He can't, like, it's making him do the. So he just can't help it, and he's got to do dumb things because he's used to just bombing it. So
Can't do it, huh?
now he's
So,
twitching away and throwing the
yeah.
ball all over the place. So
All right.
why not?
Yeah, okay. So Raiders over. So Raiders.
Raiders plus
Who's,
2.
who's the Raiders coach now?
Whatever
Yeah, okay.
special
So,
teams guy that's gonna
the
lose his
interim,
job at the
yeah.
end of the year anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach B. Yeah.
Coach B. Yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds me of like, you remember how in Tecmo Super Bowl there were some players that didn't sign, and so it would just say like QB
Oh
Chiefs.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It would just be a silhouette picture, and I feel like the Raiders,
Raiders
coach
coach
right now is just
Yeah.
Raiders coach.
Coach Raiders. Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly who it is.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you luck, man. It's football's been weird, so
Football has been weird.
Yeah.
If I would have bet on some of these underdogs, I'd be rich. But good lord,
but it's so risky.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
how many double-digit underdogs can you bet on that have
raviolis.
won one game on the year? I should. I just.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to have a ravioli episode someday. So
it's like talk about pasta.
actually talk about pasta,
Yeah.
like actual pasta.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if I have any other thoughts. I feel like this week's current events all just went by the wayside, and we just talked about bullshit. Like
That's fine by me.
the
man.
Kyle Rittenhouse trial didn't come up at all.
Let's see what happens next week.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it on
They
Wednesday.
did bring up the fact that he played video games.
Video games. Oh
Where-
my god.
Where
That-
he played Call of Duty.
I know,
Oh,
man.
hey, that's a good segue ending right there,
Straight
man. That's
into,
awesome.
Yeah, 1990s tech, but yeah, absolutely. So you are,
I am Pat.
I will.
I'm Jeffrey, and it's
It's bedtime.
bedtime. Thanks,
All right.
guys. Hit the